Hi everybody, welcome to my kitchen. This is Nostalgia 60s. Woohoo, woohoo. Let's dive into the 60s. So today I need some chopped suey meat, which is basically anything that's cut up small. I looked it up. I didn't know what it was. But she says chopped suey meat on there, so I'm going to run into the store. I tried Meijer's down the road, and it is so packed. So it's my fault for going late today, and I'm going to head into this family fair locally and see what they have. We need some stew meat, basically. I'm gonna grab some beef stew meat because that's what she would use, and I'm gonna grab some rolls. Okay, come on guys, come on along. Look, I got new boots. How awesome is that? So here we are at Family Fair. It's just a little grocery store, and I should be able to find my goodies here. And it just started sleeting snow. Oh, how fabulous. Welcome to my kitchen. Hi everybody, I am Jody Genealogy. Well, today I was sitting here thinking about what to make for dinner. So I started thumbing along on this great folder that I inherited from my mother-in-law. It's just a little folder and it's full of a bunch of clippings in here, as you can see. And you know, there's even like some old ads on the back, some coupons, you know, just things that she had clipped, and some little note cards too that she had. And I love going through these little things of history. It's nice to look back at these nostalgia pieces, and not only to look back at them, I'm really glad that I saved them, because I thought, you know, wouldn't this be fun to recreate some of these recipes? Oh my goodness. You know, the holidays are coming up, and I know that, you know, my husband probably misses his mother. And she was a wonderful, wonderful cook. I have to say, my mother-in-law was a great cook, and I definitely loved all her goodies that she made. And if I went over there, she'd usually have some little cookie or little bar for the kids, and of course would give me one. So I thought it'd be fun to recreate some of that these days. And today we're diving into a recipe in here from the 60s that she had written. And she used this through the 90s pretty frequently. Like if I had a get together with the kids and it was one of their birthdays, she would usually bring this for a summertime treat to bring. She was always good at baking something yummy. And there goes my stove. I turned my stove on so it's ready to go. So I thought today we would make some of her baked beans. Now, the baked beans called for chop suey, and I was like, what in the world is chop suey? I have no idea what chop suey is. So I had to Google it, and I did find that chop suey is like basically cut up meat. I mean, it could be bacon. I do remember her making it with bacon sometimes, but usually it was finely cut up meat. And I think she did use stew beef and then cut it up finer. So it's up to you what you want to use. You know, if you have some pieces of pork left over, and I thought this would be a great thing to do for the holidays when you got all those leftovers, and it's like, what am I going to do with this? You know, you could revamp some of those meats into different things. I'm gonna set a little bit of this aside in one of my dishes. Now this is a set that I have inherited from my grandma, and I love this pattern, so whenever I find these, I usually do pick these up. This is just a Corningware Pyro Cream. I don't know, but I really like these. Hopefully they're not toxic or any weird thing like that, because I like them. So I'm gonna make a little bit of a dish for myself, and those guys will get the other stuff. I'm gonna add a little vegan sausage to mine. It's gonna be a wonderful dinner. She would always ask me, Jody, why don't you bring some rolls? And I would tell her, Mom, anything but the rolls. I can't do rolls. They never turn out. And one day she finally said, oh, don't be silly. I just get them in the frozen section. So usually she would get them frozen or she would buy them fresh out of the bakery. So to go with this meal, I just picked up some really nice, freshly baked rolls out of the local fresh bakery, and that's what we're having for rolls. So I'm sticking to the theme, you know, and when the 70s and 80s hit, you started seeing like TV dinners and stuff like that. So I can see why she didn't make bread. I've actually never known her to make bread. So Mom, I used your little tip and went to the bakery. She'd be proud of me. Look, you got some nice homemade rolls. Yeah, but somebody else made them. She's probably up there in heaven just chuckling, watching this thinking, oh, that does not surprise me about you. So let's come along. I'm gonna make some great baked beans. Now, I said to her, I love the side dish that you always bring for all these holidays. And she said to me, Jody, I would usually make this for the boys, but I created this as like a meal. So for her, the baked beans was like a meal because it has like big pieces of steak in it. So, and then she would just serve some bread with it. And sometimes it was just pieces of a loaf of bread, or she'd put some butter and garlic toast and shove it in the broiler for a couple minutes. So, you know, you can change this recipe a little bit too. I thought I'd share with everybody some little recipes of hers that she had, because she was a really great cook. So this is Nostalgia 60s. Woo-hoo, woo-hoo. Let's dive into the 60s. She made this for 30 years and it was really good. Her boys enjoyed it, and I married my husband and I was able to enjoy it too. So come on along. I'll show you how to make her wonderful baked beans. And I'm going to make this for my husband when he comes home from work, so he gets to enjoy it too. Okay, come on along. This is a nice Wolfgang Puck bowl. I've had it forever, you can tell. It has a silicone bottom and I absolutely love it. So we're gonna get going and I'm gonna show you what to do. Okay, and here is her baked beans recipe. You can tell she loved this. She made it all the time. This was such a yummy thing that she made. So I'm gonna show you how to make this. It's super, super simple. Okay, so here I bought some Randall beans. There were several things of beans in a jar, but she did put the one in the jar. It wasn't the brand that she used, but I'm going to use this. This is mixed beans. It looked good to me. Now, I'm just looking on her, and it doesn't say if she drained the beans or not. Now, usually we would drain them. So that's the one thing I'm not sure, and she's not here anymore, so I can't ask her. But I'm going to try. I'm going to just kind of, let's see. Let's see as we go along. Okay, so I'm still not sure. So I poured some out of the top, and then I am just going to, I'm basically going down the middle line. I didn't pour all of it out, but I didn't keep it all either. So we'll see how it goes. But I want to assume if it cooks so long, it might need to cook for a while. Oh, come on. Come on, beans. Come on, beans. I know you want me to eat you. Oh, I love beans. It smells so good. Okay, get every last bean out. We don't want to waste any. Okay, so we've got our beans in there. That looks really delicious. Let's see what else we've got. So I'm going to put the meat in last because it says to do the meat next, but I'm going to do that last. And then I'm going to do some salt and some pepper. Now I prefer iodized salt, and this is just what I use with the iodine in it. So I'm going to put this in here, just a little bit of salt. We are gonna do, okay, so I'm just gonna do like a half. There we go. But I like the iodine salt because, you know, a lot of stuff doesn't have iodine in it more. Okay, so the easy thing is you just dash some pepper, which I have a pepper grinder. However, why is my pepper grinder missing now out of the kitchen? I live with all my kids are adults and they tend to constantly move spices around. So that's where I'm at today with no pepper. However, I do have some of this. I'm just going to bang some of this up real good and I will throw some pepper in there. Okay. So what I did is just put it in a baggie and made my own pepper out of that. Okay, so we need 14 ounces of ketchup, and I'm not quite sure. It says 1 bottle, but she would just buy like the small ketchup. So 14 ounces of ketchup. Okay, so I'm gonna guess I've got about a cup in here, and we're just gonna put a yummy cup of ketchup. But the recipe does call for 14 ounces, but I'm gonna assume, and I don't really measure like right on dot unless I'm making bread, then I kind of do. I pay more attention and just kind of go by the look. So whatever you think, if you think you might need, you know, some more ketchup, but you're not sure, you can probably Google it too. So we've got 14 ounces of ketchup in here. This is starting to look good. It's actually starting to smell really good in here. One, two, three. There, that looks good. Now, I love mustard. My husband likes mustard. I don't like mustard unless it's like the fancy kind, but if it's cooked up in something, that will be fine. This is looking good. Ooh, look at this. Oh, that looks delicious. 1.5 cups of brown sugar next. So now I have 1.5 cups of brown sugar or so. We're just gonna pour that in there. Oh, look at how much sugar that is. That's a lot of sugar. Well, no wonder this recipe is so good. It's deliciously packed with brown sugar. And then we're gonna cut up 1/4 of a large sweet onion. Okay, so let's cut some onion up. Now, I just put this on a paper plate and chopped it up. Nothing fancy. I should probably ask for a little chopper for Christmas. That is looking really, really good. Now, is that about it in here? Let's see. Okay, that's all we need. So we're gonna stir this up really good. And I'm gonna steal some out of the family's bowl here, and I'm gonna put a little bit in my bowl. Oh, that's a big clump of sugar. Look at that. We're just gonna stir this up really good. I can't wait to taste this. I haven't had this since she made it for one of my kids' birthday parties. It's absolutely delicious. But she cooked really good. She's from that old style that cooked every day, you know, and made her stuff all, well, other than the bread. Okay, she didn't make the bread from scratch, but I was actually shocked she didn't. So it was nice that she shared a little trick with me, and she said, you know, if you warm up the buns, nobody will ever know. So, oh, I love her for that. Okay. So this will be a nice little treat for my husband and my kids to have a little recipe from their grandma today for dinner tonight. So I'm excited to share that with them. That looks pretty good. Okay, so I'm just going to cook myself some stuff. I'm going to pull it out and put it in here. And I am going to use a ladle just to steal some because I want all the nice juices in there too. Sorry, guys. Boy, I'm kind of making a mess. Okay. So I'm going to add probably 2 sausages to mine, and I'll have some nice baked beans for a while. That will probably do me a couple days of baked beans. That'll be really good. So that's going in the oven. Now this is what I bought from the store, and this is extra lean. And this is a, let's see, it is a stew meat, extra lean, boneless beef. Okay. So I am going to open that up. And we're going to just dump this in. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw all this in here and make sure you don't put that plastic thing in there. Now, here's a little tip, because that was quite expensive. You know, that was $13 about for that meat there. So I'm gonna say, you can also buy this meat and get it just chopped up. You can still have some kind of steak that's cheaper or on sale. And you can ask them to chop it up. So if you go to a store, you know, like Family Fare, they will chop it up for you because there is a butchery in the back. So that's one nice thing about buying local. I don't know if they all do that. I just know that the smaller stores, or, you know, I think Costco even does that though too. If you ask, you know, they will chop it up for you, and you know, you might have to wait a couple extra minutes, but that's okay. You can save a lot of money by doing it that way, especially if it's not on sale. Okay, so we're gonna put this in a nice bowl. All right, so I'm just putting it in this casserole dish. She says a 3/4, so look at all that yummy food that's going in there. I can smell that this is gonna be delicious. Absolutely delicious. So there we go. I am gonna pop this in the oven. And I'll see you back for dinner time. Ooh, I just took it out of the oven and it looks really good. Look at this nice hearty meal. Let's serve it to the husband, see what he thinks.
Say anything?
Are you excited for your mommy's yummy dinner?
Oh, it smells real good.
Okay, good.
How long has it been cooking for?
It's been cooking for 3 hours. Does it smell good? It does smell good. I made one for myself,
It takes
too.
a whole thing of ketchup?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Lots of sugar.
Look at it.
Oh. There we go. Okay. Your mom taught me how to make some fresh rolls. Do you know how I made them?
Go to the store.
That's right, I bought them. Ah. Okay, everybody, well, enjoy this recipe. We're gonna go have some dinner. Bye, everybody.